Hello, this is servant of Yahawah. I'd like to give praise and glory to Yahawah, baha, sham, Yahawashi, and double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Salutations to the Akim and the elect out there doing their work in truth and sincerity. This video is going to be on wisdom, the tools of God. You can't be a man of God, of Yahawah, without having wisdom. And like I said, wisdom is a tool. As you see, it's this Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahawah, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So let's get at it. We're going to be talking about wisdom today. You need this in your toolbox if you are a man of the Lord, because you got to be able to judge right. Let's start off. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. Hear ye, therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, that ye rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works, and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsels of Yahawah. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mightily man shall be mightily tormented. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he hath made the small and great, and careth for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that you may learn wisdom and not fall away. For they that keep holiness holily shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious, and never fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. She prevented them that desire her, and making her first known unto them. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahawah. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is, and how she came up, I will tell you, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. Chapter 7. I myself also am a mortal man, like to all, and the offspring of him that was first made of the earth. And in my mother's womb was fashioned to be flesh in the time of 10 months, being compacted in blood of the seed of man, and the pleasure that came with sleep. And when I was born, I drew in the common air, and fell upon the earth, which is of like nature. And the first voice which I uttered was crying, as all others do. I was nursed in swaddling cloths, and that with cares. For there is no king that had any other beginning of birth. For all men have one entrance into life, and like going out, and the like going out. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon Yahawah, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I preferred her before scepters and thrones, and esteemed riches nothing in comparison of her. Neither compared I unto her any precious stone, because of all gold in respect of her is as a little sand, and silver shall be counted as clay before her. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh from her never goeth out. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hands. And I received in them all, because wisdom goeth before them. I knew not that she was the mother of them. I learned diligently, and do communicate her liberally. I do not hide her riches, for she is a treasure unto man that never faileth, which they that use become the friends of Yahawah, being commended for the gifts that come from learning. Yahawah hath granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as it meet for the things that are given me, because it is he that leadeth into wisdom, and directeth the wise. For in his hands are both we and our words, all wisdom also the knowledge of workmanship. For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made, and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of stars, the nature of living creatures, and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds, and reasonings of man, the diversities of plants, and the virtues of root, and all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know. For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good, kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things, and going through all understanding, pure and most subtle spirits. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of Yahawah, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. For she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of Yahawah, and the image of his goodness. And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and all images entering into holy souls, she maketh them friends of Yahawah and prophets. For Yahawah loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. So you got to be dwelling with wisdom, or Yahawah ain't going to have nothing to do with you, brothers. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the order of stars, being compared with the light she is found before it. For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Chapter 8. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another mightily, and sweetly doeth she order all things. I love her, and saw her out of my youth. I desired to make her my spouse, and I was the lover of her beauty. In that she is conversant with Yahawah, she magnifieth her nobility. Yea, the Lord of all things himself loved her, for she is privy to the mysteries of the knowledge of Yahawah, and a lover of his works. If riches be a possession to be desired in this life, what is richer than wisdom that worketh all things? And if prudence work, who of all that are is a more cunning workman than she? And if a man loveth righteousness, her labors are virtues, for she teacheth temperance and prudence, justice and fortitude, which are such things as man can have nothing more profitable in their life. If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speech, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of the seasons and times. Therefore I propose to take her to me to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things, and a comfort in cares and grief. For her sake I shall have estimation among the multitude, and honor with the elders. Though I be young, I shall be found of a quick conceit and judgment, and shall be admired in the sight of great men. When I hold my tongue, they shall bide my leisure, and when I speak, they shall give good ear unto me. If I talk much, they shall lay their hands upon their mouth. Moreover, by means of her I shall obtain immortality, and leave behind me an everlasting memorial to them that come after me. I shall set the people in order, and the nations shall be subject unto me. Horrible tyrants shall be afraid when they do but hear of me. I shall be found good among the multitude, and valiant in war. After I am come into mine house, I will repose myself with her, for her conversation hath no bitterness, and to live with her hath no sorrow, but mirth and joy. Now when I consider these things in myself, and ponder them in my heart, how that to be allied unto wisdom is immortality, and great pleasure it is to have her friendship, and in the works of her hands are infinite riches, and the exercise of the conference with her prudence, and in talking with her a good report. I went about seeking how to take her to me, for I was a witty child, and had a good spirit. Yea, rather being good, I came into a body undefiled. Nevertheless, when I perceived that I could not otherwise obtain her, except Yahawah gave her me, and that was a point of wisdom, also to know whose gift she was, I prayed unto the Lord, and besought him, and with my whole heart I said, Chapter 9. O God of my fathers, and Lord of mercy, who hast made all things with thy word, and ordained man through thy wisdom, that he should have dominion over the creatures which thou hast made, and order the world according to equity and righteousness, and execute judgment with an upright heart. Give me wisdom that sitteth by thy throne, and reject me not from among thy children. So this is when Solomon, he's asking the Lord for wisdom to judge the nation. It says, for I thy servant and son of thine handmaid am a feeble person, and of a short time, and too young for the understanding of judgment and laws. For through a man be never so perfect among the children of man, yet if thy wisdom be not with him, he shall be nothing regarded. Thou hast chosen me to be a king of thy people, and a judge of thy sons and daughters. Thou hast commanded me to build a temple upon thy holy mount, and an altar in the city wherein thou dwellest, a resemblance of the holy tabernacle which thou hast prepared from the beginning. And wisdom was with thee, which knoweth thy works, and was present when thou madest the world, and knew what was acceptable in thy sight, and right in thy commandments. O send her out of thy holy heavens, and from the throne of thy glory, that being present she may labor with me, that I may know what is pleasing unto thee. For she knoweth and understandeth all things, and she shall lead me soberly in my doings, and preserve me in her power. So shall my works be acceptable, and then shall I judge thy people righteously, and be worthy to sit in my Father's seat. For what man is he that can know the counsel of Yahawah, or who can think what the will of the Lord is? For the thoughts of mortal man are miserable, and our devices are but uncertain. For the corruptible body presseth down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, that musteth upon many things. And hardly do we guess aright at things that are upon earth, and with labor do we find the things that are before us. But the things that are in heaven, who hath searched out? And thy counsel, who hath known? Except thou give wisdom, and send thy Holy Spirit from above. For so the way of them which live on the earth were reformed, and man were taught the things that are pleasing unto thee, and were saved through wisdom. So that's wisdom is an important tool. You can't be a servant of Yahawah and not have wisdom. And the greatest gift that Yahawah has for us is mercy. So we got to learn how to be kings. We got to learn how to be merciful. You know, I was one of the brothers that were having a class, and you could see the hate in all the brothers, the way they talk. You know, and they think that they're gonna go judge the world. That Yahweh's gonna allow them to judge the world when they think simple, and they do not walk with wisdom. You know, because a wise person doesn't talk much. They only talk when needed. You know, and whenever they say something, it's wise. You know, you need to go back to the wisdom of Solomon and read through it. He gets into wisdom, and take your time. You know, if you didn't understand some of the words, look them up. I should have slowed down, but this could be for the guys when they're driving or whatnot. You know, and if you understand the vocabulary, you know, it's just good to go through and listen to it every day to build you up. You know. I like to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, baha, Yahawashi, and give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect out there doing the work. Man, barakatah to y'all. Love y'all, man. Take care. Be wise, kings.